So here are my 21 winks of art for October, and I am rather proud of them. I did a great job actually doing the winks, keeping up with them, spending the moments like I do. I love to do them right before I go to bed. And I have a little spot right next to my bed where I keep some watercolor pencils and some water brushes and some watercolors. And that's where I really like to do these winks. But I haven't done a really good job in posting the pictures on the Facebook group, so I need to go ahead and do that. In fact, I don't think I've posted any for the month of October. But I just wanted to go through and share with you about my winks because one of the intentions I had from the very beginning was that somehow the page or the winks all came together into a composition on the page that built on each other. And so that was kind of an extra level of a challenge that I gave myself. And I really love the way that it came together on this one. So for number one, we had abundant, and we do have an abundant number of dogs. Number two was roll with it. The second wink was roll with it. So of course we have balls that go with our dogs. Number three was something to hug. And one of the themes that I have going through each month of my winks is that I do something tall. And my something to hug was a tree, and that was my tall element that comes through. And I usually have done the tall elements in the early winks so that I could build from them. Wink number four was an owl, so of course there's an owl in my tree. And then, let's see, number five, leave only leaves. So I have some leaves that were falling from the tree, and they're laying on the ground because that's very important to have it still laying on the ground. Number six, I said, what does that say? Picket. So number six was picket, and I think, yes, I did apples for picking apples up here. And so that was very autumn-like, obviously, and we were in South Carolina and North Carolina for a bit of October, so I was really reflecting back to a lot of the times that we experienced when we lived there, and we went to pick apples all the time when we lived there. Number seven was drink it hot, and that was down here, so the impression is that it's hot apple cider because the apples are actually falling into the mug. And wink number eight was treehouse, fits right in with my tree. Number nine is crisp, and I have this crisp apple with a little bite out of it. And actually, I'm going to go back for 1 second to the treehouse because I know that that's obviously that I had a tree and then I could put a treehouse. When I do my winks, I don't actually look ahead, and even though I created these winks, I've created them long ago in the past, and I don't possibly remember what is in each wink, and so I've challenged myself to not look ahead and to really just embrace the moment when each topic comes up. Okay, so wink number 10 is maze, and this is my maze over here. This is probably something that I could have done better, but in the moment I didn't have very much time, and my mind, it was late at night. I remember working on this, and my mind really couldn't figure out a complex maze, so I have just a very simple maze. Originally I was thinking that it would look like a corn maze, but now it just kind of looks like a electronic game or something. I don't know, but it's there, and it's was in the moment. It's authentic. So number 11 was tea tag. So here's my tea. I've got different herbs in it, different apple shavings, and then of course the tag says apple tea. So I was kind of still within that idea of apples. Number 12 is a lyre harp. And I had this idea that I would get one of these this fall and be able to learn to play some of the music that I need for the background of my writing times and or my writing videos. I did not get one, but I really want one, and so maybe I'll put that on my little holiday list. So, but there it is, hanging from the tree. Number 13 is burnt. Well, I burn just about everything I cook, but here's my rendition of burnt toast. And it's pretty gray and black and definitely toasted. Number 14 wink is feather, and so in my tree it extends to have a feather, which I think was kind of fun because there's some other things that are going to extend out from it, a few down. Number 15 wink is cauldron, so I have this cauldron over the fire. That was perfect for the month. And then sweep it, that was my other thing, and we did broom making in art journaling this month. We talked about broom making, and we did a layout that involved the craftsmanship of brooms, and so I really like how this broom is extending out this way. And of course purple, and possibly that the owl can actually go on a little flight. If she needs a little lift besides her wings, she could take that broom. 17 is human, and I happen to somehow have seen an eye in between these branches. They were kind of this little brown wedge that I put in some areas, and there was one right here, and it just brought me into an eye. So my human I put as coming out from this tree, maybe looking in between the branches actually. 18 was mountain, so my mountain scene is over here. We've got the mountains in the background and the foothills down here, very much like what I got to see at the on our drive for the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, which was great fun. The number 19 is across the net, and I ended up putting a tennis court net, and then I called it the Fall Classic for an event, which was actually an event that our children used to play in North Carolina. So that was pretty fitting. I didn't even remember about the Fall Classic until we were thinking about our trip and remembering the fall, and that was the day, I believe that was the day before we left for our trip. So that was kind of a memorable experience that I got to record in here. Number 20 is ale, and I knew we were going to be enjoying some ale and while we were up there, and this was actually the night that we had traveled, so I didn't spend very much time on it, but because we were exhausted. But anyways, that was my ale cup. And then to finish off, I have my pumpkin, and it's actually right here behind my abundance of dogs. So just the way that it all works together, I tried to have a connection. I'm not sure I did September. I don't think I did a video of September, but very similar in how things connected, especially in this center piece. And so let me go ahead and just flip back. And remember, I'm in my really big Strathmore watercolor book, which I think at the end of this year, I'm going to go ahead and use some acrylics and paint a nice cover on that one. So here we go for January, and then February, and March, and April. April was another month that I was traveling, and it kind of reflects some of my traveling. And May. In June. I still love, I love my big focal point right there. July. August, then September, and now into October. So 2 more months of this this practice, I guess I want to call it, and it will be a whole year of 21 Winks of Art. November will be posted on November 1st at the latest on my website, or if you are on my subscriber list, you will actually get it a little bit early. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I see a style that has kind of evolved. I got a little looser as we went on, which is actually more my natural style. So I know, this is very a little bit more structured and more drawing. And as we go on, it kind of loosens up a bit, and it becomes more, oh, I don't know, more me, I think. Even though this is me, this is very me. This is definitely very me. Maybe I should say that it's more my mood as I go into the fall season, and I loosen up a bit, and I become a little bit more bold with the chill in the air, which in Florida it takes a lot to actually have a chill in the air. But yeah, I love it. I just have enjoyed this so much, and I look forward to November and December. I hope you'll join us. Go ahead and check out earthjournalshop.com for the link on November 1st, or join my subscriber list so that you can get those 21 weeks of art for November a little bit early. So, happy fall.